Hey guys, welcome to another episode of where I answer some producer questions based on my own opinions and maybe help you try to move forward in your music career or in any other endeavor that involves kind of mentality, which is something that we cover heavily on this page here, or at least we're starting to. Please ignore my beautiful painting in the back. I was inspired by some art yesterday and I just want to create, and that's what. Anyway, so today we're going to be working on something that's really, really important, and I think everybody kind of struggles with this in the music industry, and it's pretty prevalent nowadays. I'm gonna lower this a little bit because I'm kind of short. It's really prevalent nowadays. It's writer's block. More importantly, what we can do to get past it. How do people get there? What is writer's block? I'll be answering that in the next part here, guys. So you have writer's block. What can we do? From my own experience, there's a bunch of different types of writer's block. Some of them are where you don't really feel creative, you don't really feel like you can create anything. Some are when you're frustrated with music and you just don't want to sit down and do that, and you just want to do other different things. Sometimes you just get really busy and you're just always really tired and you have no energy to do this. All of these, I would say, are valid, and I think a lot of it can be solved with just being caring. By the way, I know I said to ignore earlier, but I'm proud of it. I'm going to be drawing more often now. But I think a lot of ways that we can get past writer's block is through just, I want to say, being easier on ourselves, but I think also being a little bit more disciplined. What do I mean? So let's start with the definition of writer's block. Like we just stated, it's when either you don't want to or you can't create music in this case. What are some common things that lead up to? More often than not, people usually either gas themselves out, they're going really hard, they're not taking care of other aspects of their life at the same time while they're making music. For example, you're going into the studio for 12-hour sessions, but you're not getting a decent night's sleep, or you're eating like hell. Like you're eating garbage, you're putting garbage in, and eventually you burn out, and then it takes some time to recuperate and then get back on the horse. So before Cosmic Academy, I had this kind of false thing where like writer's block, whereas like this normal part of music, which I think to a certain extent, yes, it is, but the way you handle it, I think is should be different every single time. So like right now, so for the past year, I wrote a track a week, and what I'm gonna do moving now forward, I've went through a bunch of different things, and now instead of just creating music, what I'm trying to do is learn more of my instruments and more of my other things like the OP1, my keyboard, and then try to get more into music. And one thing I think people really need to pay attention to when they have a writer's block is like a lot of people get really discouraged because they can't specifically just create music. But being a musician and being all this other things, it's not only just about creating music. It's about, I just want to be sure we're recording because that would suck. Being a musician and doing this kind of thing isn't just about pretty melodies and stuff like that. It's about branding. It's about social media. It's about learning your instruments. It's about becoming more comfortable with this kind of thing. It's about networking. There's so many different things that you can do in music as a musician and stuff like that I think a lot of us just need to, like, when you're feeling like you're having writer's block and you're feeling really sad because you can't create and that's what you love doing, I think one thing that's really important and one thing that really helped me to feel like you're moving forward with your music, feel like you're moving forward with your career, all you have to be doing is something to do with music, whether that's actually just making music, whether that's working on branding, whether that's practicing with some of your instruments, whether that's getting more familiar with this, designing a new live set, DJing, all that kind of thing. It's like the whole ecosystem of music is a part of progressing in music. So all of the parts need attention at some points of time, and it's okay to stop for a bit to specifically just create music and focus some more time on how do I create a super saw in Serum, or how do I create a really cool 808, and how do I work with different textures, or how do I just explore the music in this industry sonically, creatively. Like now I'm gonna, like, we were at a cool exhibit yesterday at the art museum, and I saw this kind of visual audio kind of installation, I think it's called, and it was so cool. It was so like artistic. It was like 4D sound, big white board in the middle with a projector on top, projecting like different images, and there's sounds, and it was so cool. And it kind of like, it inspired Jack and inspired me as well to not only remember that like art and music and all this kind of stuff is a creative endeavor, and you should really focus on like what feels good to you. And I'm not saying music doesn't feel good to me, but I'm saying that I want to improve my drawing skills, and then I also want to like to be doing other things inside of music, whether that's like video recording, getting like a Super 8 camera, and then just doing kind of like just artistic projects. Like I personally really love working with my hands, so I think I'm gonna start making some type of sculpture or something. Like I don't know. It's all up in the air. What I'm saying is all these kind of things are involved in becoming a musician and progressing with your career. And just because you can't specifically make music doesn't mean you're not moving forward. More importantly, I believe in you, and I know that you can get past this and eventually start creating music again. You just gotta, as long as you're doing something in regards to your music, I believe in you. I think you can do it. I know you can do it. You just gotta believe in yourself. Just figure out all the things you need to do. It's still a learning process, but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I say this on every single episode, but this is really, really important. I think a lot of people struggle with writer's block, and I don't usually, but I think it's important to take natural breaks from specifically creating music to explore other parts of your musicianship, your brand, and all that other stuff. So I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Subscribe if you guys think I deserve it. Like the video if you think this content was useful. Or if you guys have any suggestions or some things that you do to get past writer's block, please put them in the comment section down below. Guys, thank you again. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you for the next episode.